Pop music is fast food for the ears, folks.
I'd argue that it depends on where you are in the world.
If this is where we can meet halfway in pop music, bringing real instruments back, I'm all for it.
It's Tim Henson. It's ridiculous elite level guitar playing. No Joe Schmo off the street guitarist could play.
I got some Japanese vocals over some Polyphia that is now forever stuck in my head. The song is completely stuck in my head. I can now sing the alphabet very well now.
Honestly, I got lost after C.
Yeah, dude.
Because she was so
it's
fast.
too fast.
I mean, you should know the alphabet.
Well, I learned that Eric does not know the alphabet.
Wow.
Yeah, you guys want to hear him fail at the alphabet? He was doing a rap battle with Sophia Black, who's on the song. He completely failed.
It's probably been like 25 years since he learned the alphabet, right?
Good point.
Yeah, to be fair, when was the last
point.
time you had to sing that song?
So this is Eric trying to do the alphabet.
What the fuck did she say?
The alphabet.
That's pretty fucking fast.
Yeah.
Try it.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J,
I didn't say mumble the alphabet.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V.
Wow, dude, she fucking has you slaughtered.
Yeah, she probably did it slow and then they sped it up.
You call them out?
I'm calling him out.
So that sets us up for something, right? So he called her out, right? And she responded.
That's no shit.
Yeah, she responded to that. So I'm going to show you guys
Who
this.
responded?
On where?
Sophia
Twitter?
Black responded to Eric calling her out. And
What?
she, you know what she did? She decided to play a troll, which was amazing, made it even
What'd
better.
she do?
So she's like, I think you nailed it, to be honest, talking to Eric about the rapping part. So she's like, I thought it was creative. Of course, you know, I hit her up for an interview.
That's fucking cool, man.
Yeah, so right here, Sophia Black, at first I was like, this can't be real. And then I was like, would you like to be down to come on for an interview / chat? I had to take the shot at it.
No response.
It's a regret.
Yeah, it's a regret. But there was a comment in here where they're saying, no, she really did it for real and that kind of stuff. And she responded to that, but she's like, you could tell she's trolling. She's like, no, Tim definitely let me just have him speed it up. Let me find the comment. It's on here somewhere. But it's pretty hilarious. What do you guys think of the song? Have you all listened to it yet?
Yeah.
I was just listening to Polyphia on random at work.
Uh-huh.
And so I didn't know it was a new song or anything. It's just playing. And then I started hearing Japanese. I'm like, what the fuck? Because I wasn't expecting that at all.
Yeah.
Vocals anyway, just let alone vocals and then Japanese
Vocals in general.
And I'm like, what the hell is this? And then I looked it up and saw who it was. And I put something on Discord about hearing it. And somebody mentioned she was, I think, half Japanese and cool.
I didn't even know
Cool
she was
song.
half Japanese, but this is what she said. So I love her for this because she just trolled the whole situation. Because even on here, somebody put the alphabet part wasn't sped up. Tim gave the riff to her and asked her to match it vocally. She noticed it was 26 notes, so she suggested the alphabet. Anyway, Tim tweeted about her ability to say the part as quickly as she did. She also has footage of her on Instagram practicing it, and I responded with like, that's amazing. I wouldn't think Tim would allow someone to do that. And she's like, he allowed it. So she just like, I just love it because she like just goes with the troll on it. So I was like,
that's cool.
That's pretty badass. But
Awesome.
but yeah, there's some Japanese vocals that are over that part. And chat, let me know. What did you think of the song? Everyone's torn. A lot of people, half people do not like it. Other half do like it. At first I was mad about it because the lyrics are literally about fucking and making babies, which is fine. But I was like,
It's a natural
I went over
thing.
my head the first time I heard it.
I was like, I don't know what, I guess
I
makes
thought it was
sense.
a song about the alphabet.
Well,
Same.
I mean, if you're a newborn baby after procreating all night long, I mean, I guess the first thing
Wait,
you'd probably learn
rephrase
is
that.
Please rephrase that.
You're a newborn baby after your parents.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Nothing.
I thought we were talking
Move
about
the fuck
Polyphia.
on. Polyphia's a really cool band. I liked it. And there was vocals in it, which were fine.
I was surprised when I heard this song because to me it did not sound like any Polyphia I've ever heard before. It sounded like Katy Perry at first, or like, you know, that vein of pop. But Rosie was like, hey, I like this. And then I told her it was Polyphia, and she was surprised.
I liked it more and more as I checked it out. We put up this other guy's channel, like just another guitar guy, funny ass name, by the way. He did a breakdown of the riff, and I was like, this riff is badass. So I started learning it, like, just to learn that style of music. While I was doing the guitar breakdown of it, I'm like, this is actually really badass. You know, if this is where we can meet halfway in pop music, bringing real instruments back, I'm all for it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Like, at least we're getting real instruments back in pop. Pop can be good. It doesn't have to be trash.
It used to be good.
I mean,
That's why it's
exactly. Yeah.
Well, especially if my main gripe with pop is that it's like manufactured, meaningless lyrics. There's no real instruments in it.
Pop music is fast food for the ears, folks. It's designed to
Dude, that's the
bring
best.
you back in, regardless of how actually good it is.
I'd argue that it depends on where you are in the world, because in America that is 100% true. But I'll find pop music in other places that I think is
That
specifically
happens to be where I
Korea.
am, champ.
Yeah, well, we're all there. But you know what else we do? We hear things from other places, not just America.
Oh, that's right, we do.
But like, I mean, like there are producers out there that are just so fucking good at producing pop music, and we just don't hear any of that in America, unfortunately, and it doesn't get any airtime, you know. But I do think that there's
Right.
good pop music out there.
I didn't notice the lyrics very much yet because I only listened to it once this morning. But really cool music in there. The drums and guitar. You know, it's Polyphia. So, of course,
Yeah.
they made a really cool sound.
I've never listened to Polyphia before. This was the first time that I'd heard Polyphia, so I was coming at this from, you know, a baby that had just been born from his parents making love all night.
Wow.
First impression type of
Damn,
thing,
we're
right?
going
So,
all in on this
Back
sex theme, huh?
yeah, I had to bring it back.
You had to bring it back.
But I fucking loved it. I thought it was like the coolest fucking thing I've heard in a little bit, man. Like everything about it, it really does have that pop vibe to it, but like everything that's going on in the background is insane. And
That's
I mean,
what-
my son listened to it with me too, and he was just like, as soon as the ABC part came up, he goes, wait, is this a rock song, Dad? And I was
Oh,
like,
wow.
I don't know what you would call it, but it is fucking cool, right?
That's
And
cool.
he loved it too. Like he noticed immediately when like the cadence changed, you know, from like the formulaic pop sound that you would expect it to be, and then when they started almost doing like the vocals along with the riffing and stuff like that,
Ooh.
it just opened the whole thing up, turned it into something new. And he immediately noticed that too. Like, oh, this isn't just a basic pop song. He said his literal words were, "This is like pop that has drank a ton of Coke." I was like, that
That's a
was
good
so
one.
smart, dude. Like, I wish I came up with that. I was like, I'm stealing that for the
You
podcast.
should
But
get
I'll
him on
give
the
him
show.
credit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for real.
He's way funnier
Right.
than me.
For people that haven't heard the song, this is a part where she's doing some of the Japanese vocals over it. Oh yeah, right here. There we go. But yeah.
Yeah, it's cool, man.
But I mean, I don't know. I'm listening to it again and I still can't. I don't know. It's still too pop for me. Like, there's
But-
something. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good. It's just, I can't. It's just not me. I can't listen to it. But I do
But,
love
like-
the guitars behind it, you know?
Right. That's what the champ is getting at is how you got great instrumentalists in there doing some cool, really cool things,
Yeah.
and they blend it with this straight up fucking just pop sound. And that's what that's what we like about a lot of the bands we've been listening to, man. Is they're able to do that, bring in that element of music that you enjoy hearing just in passing because it's just it's like just easy to listen to,
Mhm.
and then you put in this music underneath, which is what I say about handmade all the time. That if you play music, you're like, wait, that's some really cool shit going on. So it's this blending of genres that might just save the music we like instead of having it continue to get buried under bullshit.
Yeah,
I think if
exactly.
you like the sound of pop music and you appreciate like instrumentals, then this is like made directly for you. You know what I mean? Like for me, I love this because I love the sound of pop music, right? But I'm not sure that people that aren't just naturally inclined to liking the sound of pop music would necessarily get behind it, because it does sound like a pop song. At the end of the day, as cool as the instruments are, as cool as everything underneath it is, it still sounds like a pop song. So if you don't like that vibe, like you're just probably not going to like that song. You can appreciate it, but maybe not like it. You know, those are
Yeah.
different.
I don't know.
There are things
Checking
that
out that
really-
one little snippet made me like go, like cringe just a little bit.
That part
was
that
like-
you played out loud was like part of the guitar solo, though.
No, but the part
I don't
when
even
she,
know
the
what
part when
you
she came in
didn't
with
like
the
about that.
vocals. The part when she came in with the vocals. I'm talking about. I'm like, I still.
Like the reason we're talking about it on this podcast.
Yeah, I'm like,
Well, like what Champ was just saying, it appeals to people who like pop music.
it does.
Rosie liked it,
Yeah.
which she, regular Polyphia music is a bit too wild for her. So it's appealing to that audience.
True.
And also, like, there's a lot to appreciate in it, I think, musically. I mean, obviously, if you're not into that vibe and it grits you the wrong way and you feel like it's cringy, then it is what it is. But I feel like it gives you a lot more to appreciate than the standard pop music you'd hear on American radio.
That's what I was
where they're
saying in the
singing
beginning.
Literally about meaningless stuff and, like, I mean, you guys know the kind
Okay,
of
well,
songs
tell
that
me
are
if you
popping.
think this is about meaningful things. This is where I was like getting at. I was like the part where it's like where the lyrics is like really gets me on it.
No, my point with that was that there's nothing to appreciate for me
Oh,
personally
gotcha,
in a lot of
gotcha.
pop music. Like the
True.
lyrics suck as well as the music.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, as far like I'm willing to meet halfway. Like the fact that like there's actual fucking instruments in it was like something not really heard at all in pop music. Normally it's just samples. So the fact that the Polyphia has original music underneath it is, yeah, I agree with you, Abe. It like brings it halfway
I
through.
wonder how much of this has to do with perspective. Like, if I were to come up to you, right, and introduce this song to you, right? If I say, here's this new pop song, tell me how you feel about this. And you hear that and you go, wow, that was a fucking awesome pop song. Like, I did not expect all those guitars and the cool drumming and the cool transitions. You might be really into it. But if I said, here's this cool rock track, check this out, you might be like, that was too poppy for me. Right. So I wonder, just based on the fact that it was Polyphia and you're expecting you have a certain expectation, you're kind of expecting, what you hear from Polyphia, generally speaking. But if I just came up to you and said, hey, listen to this pop song, it just came out, I think most people would be like, damn, what the fuck? That was crazy ass pop song. Listen to all that crazy guitar work that's going on in the back.
Yeah, I think you're onto something there. Because that's exactly for me, like what the first time I was listening to it, well, the only time I was listening to it, at first, I was like, this is Polyphia? Like, I did have that perspective. And then Rosie said, oh, I like this. What are you listening to? And then I was like, huh, maybe this is a good thing. Because it's blending. And I feel like the guitars and drums really picked up in the last half of the song. Like the first half felt a lot more poppy.
The solo hit and then it didn't stop, right?
Yeah.
Like once the solo hit during that bridge, it just kept going with that vibe. It stayed poppy with the vocals, but the guitar work and stuff, drum work.
So once I had Rosie's perspective on it and then the music really picked up, I was like, holy crap, maybe this could be groundbreaking style. Because like you just said, if you're listening to it in the context of pop, it's like, holy crap, there's really insane guitars in here that no Joe Schmo off the street guitarist could play. It's Tim Henson. It's ridiculous elite level guitar playing, and the drums too.
That's the part that's exciting, right? Like the fact that you have the guitars like that, and drumming and bass playing.
Yeah, it's really cool like that. And the girl that Sophia Black, right? I actually was I really liked her voice, so I immediately after I listened to it just like kind of went on to let's figure out more about this girl. So I went down the tube and I was like, I read an article from 2015 saying she was like going to be like the next big thing. And then I like saw some videos from her. One of them has like 400 million views on it. And I was like, Jesus, like a couple others that are like in the millions also. And they're like, she's teamed up with like 2 Chainz, like some really famous people in the past also. But none of it has ever been any rock vibes before. So this is the first time that it seems like she's done anything along those lines. I even listened to some of her original music, just her by herself, and it was pretty much all like atmospheric pop stuff. So this was like not just brand new for Polyphia, but this was brand new for her too. She's also trilingual, by the way. She speaks fluently Japanese and French along with English.
That's freaking awesome. But I think though with her vocals, so this I'm glad Dane's brought up this comment. Tim Henson does covers of Ariana Grande, and so I wasn't surprised that he did this pop song. And that's a really good point because he's been always leaning towards that. And all the members in Polyphia, according like Eric was telling about that, they all do beats and production for other like artists, hip hop artists, stuff like that. So for a lot of people, it's not a big surprise. But Ariana Grande is a great example of a pop artist that I like as a singer, like fucking really good singer. Like I would be like, I enjoy talented. A lot. So it's not like all pop, just this style pop singing. It just threw me back at first when I first heard it, and then when I listened to it again, now it's stuck in my head for fucking ever. But I
like what you said earlier though, like two styles meeting in the middle, two styles coming together like this.
That's so what cool I'm excited about, is that maybe this is a new thing now. Maybe it starts off a whole new thing, like that whole like baby metal, kind of introducing metal to people that only listen to pop, you know? That's like their gateway. It's like almost the gateway in reverse. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
this is how we learn to like pop music.
This is how you learn to like pop music. They're reversing it on us.
It's kind of like a lesson to me personally, because you have these guys in Polyphia that have clearly put their lives into perfecting their craft on a musical instrument, which, like, for me personally, I guess I'll look at pop music that doesn't have musical instruments. But the fact that Polyphia would embrace this style after putting so much work into their physical musical instruments and still see how much fun you can have with it is pretty cool.
Yeah, I completely agree, man. Somebody mentioned in the chat, I'm not sure who it was. Good point. You know, like Michael Jackson's has some killer stuff in the back in the day with pop songs and stuff like that.
That's when pop was like super talent driven.
Yeah,
you know?
True. That's the time period was really. That's what I'm trying to say though, is like it's cool to see it possibly coming back.
Yeah, like music is cyclical, right? Like
everybody in the chat is saying like, well, don't you remember this, remember that? Like that's not wasn't the point. The point is it's coming back because we've drifted away from that for the past decade. Like we've drifted away from
like,
real
decade is
fucking
being
instruments
generous,
and stuff.
bro. Like honestly, when was the last time the pop music in America actually required like serious amounts of like production talent and stuff, like, and good musicians working with them and stuff like that? Like you said, Ariana Grande is a fantastic singer. Like I'm in love with Christina Aguilera. I think she's the best singer of all time. But like even going back to her, you listen to her pop music that came out in the fucking late 90s, early 2000s, like those songs are not good songs. Like, you know, Genie in a Bottle is not a good song, even though she's a great singer.
Catchy as heck though.
Yeah, it is catchy. You know, and I had the album. I'm not gonna bullshit you about that. You know, but like objectively speaking, like she has written some songs that are just incredible, like that she's written herself. But those weren't the ones that were like pushed to the forefront of like the mainstream, you know, pop scene in America. And that's been going on since at least the 90s. You know, maybe the 80s had some quality shit out there, but I
still love going back to like 90s rock bands. You know, they were kind of pop when I was in elementary school.
Like what?
Like Sugar Ray.
Oh yeah, it's all vibey music.
I don't remember, but I like 90s pop.
There was
rock.
a lot of them. I liked Everclear a lot.
So Adam Young says that's why I'm a bit thrown that this conversation is making this song sound groundbreaking when the Japanese have been doing it for a while. No, that again, we're not saying that at all. I said it's good to see it come back because this is probably going to make a little bit more waves, and then who knows, maybe those Japanese songs that have not been getting attention could get attention if this is. Because we do know that pop generally in the U.S. does have some staying power, right? And blows up. So it could make a gateway. It might actually encourage more fusions of things. Like you guys says, she knows 3 different languages, so she threw in Japanese with English. She might do more Japanese in the future. Maybe this makes Japanese more mainstream. Maybe now it's more accepted. Maybe one day we see Konami on a pop song in the U.S. out of nowhere.
Right, man.
You know, and you never know where it could lead.
We're speaking from the context of American pop music as for American guys, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not about the whole world music scene.
No, and like we already acknowledge that the Japanese music should be, you know, more people should be aware of it, and we want that to happen. You know what I mean? It's like if this can help that break free a little bit, then that's a good thing. But we know that the the Japanese scene is already doing stuff like this. I mean, half the music that we listen to on our channels, like the alt idol bands and stuff like that, obviously do a great job of combining rock and metal and pop stuff together. And they're really, really talented, but nobody over here really knows who they are.
Yeah,
we
want our radio stations to play that stuff.
Yeah,
Wagamama
Rakia they should be fucking played on Z100 over here, man. Like, let's make it happen.
That's what's cool about this whole thing, and why I mentioned it in on my Discord and everything when I heard this song was it's a band that no one's listening to it wanting to hear any kind of Japanese lyrics or rapping or anything on it, but they're listening to it and they will hear it, and if they like it, that just it could be the spark that sets them off in a direction to listen to other music, not just Japanese music, just other music in general. That's what happened to me.
Yeah, just open the doors to the rest of the world. I found
too much music. I cannot keep up with it. There's so much amazing stuff out there. So it's just a cool thing. Whether or not you like the style or the fucking whatever, there's fans of Polyphia that are going to hear it, and they're going to hear it for the first time through them, and that might lead them to the bands we already love. That's what's cool about it. I don't give a fuck what kind of song it is or whether you like it or not. People like Polyphia, and they're going to hear it whether you like it or not.
Mm-hmm.
So it's cool for them to do it.
And same with Sophia Black, right?
Right. If you're a Sophia Black fan, you're going to know about the song. You're going to listen to Polyphia and be like, the fuck is this?
People still play real instruments? What?
Yeah, I want people to be I want it to get more ingrained in society over here that like it's okay for pop music to have instruments in it, like it's fine, where it's not gonna scare everybody off, you know what I mean? Imagine Dragons doesn't have to be the only one that uses instruments.
Do they? Yeah, please don't base everything on Imagine Dragons.
That's all we have to work with now, bro.
But let me
play two notes on the guitar and you're a rock band
for a while.
We gotta give Tim.
I know I don't want to keep talking about Polyphia, but they're a band. Tim Henson is a guy who he could just be a guitar fucking god, but he has a different perspective on music and guitar playing.
Yes.
He loves hip hop and he loves that kind of projection of pop music. So when he plays, he doesn't think of widdly guitar solos. He's thinking of beats. Some like a Goat and all that shit was based off of beats from other the hip hop songs. It's him interpreting the beat on guitar. That's how he came up with some of his craziest shit.
Oh, cool.
Exactly.
So when it's no surprise for people that know about Tim Henson and kind of what he likes that this came up. And Champ, you probably really dig their music because they have a lot of technical shit, but they always have like hip hop sounds, drum sounds, and kind of pop elements into their music.
Yeah, I had heard of them before. I kind of heard like that exact thing, but I was expecting way less of the pop vibe when I went into it the first time. I have literally no idea what to expect out of the rest of their sound.
That's crazy.
We gotta give Tim some credit too for being a really unique guitarist. Like I can't think of anyone that sounds like him. Like, yes, there's great guitarists in Japan, there's great guitarists everywhere, but he has a very, very distinctive sound.
Oh yeah.
No matter what, he has a distinctive tone that he puts on his guitar that is really hard to match because of the way he plays, the way he articulates all the notes, its precision. Yes, there's guitars that play like him, but they don't sound quite like him. It's hard to get that whole package that he has with that tones and the way that he incorporates beat sounds. And then just those quick stops on a dime. Like the chops are just ridiculous.
I didn't know that he was basing his guitar playing off of interpreting a rhythm or a beat. So it's like playing the guitar like a drum set or something.
He's totally open about it. He puts videos out. Here's how he came up with the song. He'll play the beat. He'll play what he played to interpret it and show you where it matches up. It's pretty cool.
That's
that does
a unique
cool.
approach.
Yeah, I don't even know. I can't even wrap my head around it, honestly. That's cool. By the way, I want to point out that like even though Polyphia is not like the hugest band over here, they probably have a significantly different fan base than stuff like the Japanese bands that we listen to, right? So even if it was like only 400,000 more people or something like that, that's 400,000 people that probably haven't heard the stuff that we already know exists over here and might open more doors for them. It doesn't matter if they have millions of fans or anything like that. Even if they just had any fans, any new people, just getting the doors open for them for being able to, oh cool, this music exists, this type of mashup where you can combine these genres exists out there. They might go looking for other stuff.
For more insanity like you just saw, be sure to subscribe to Gaijin Guys and turn on all notifications so you know when we're going live on Sundays to record the podcast. You can also find us anywhere you listen to podcasts. And if you'd like more exclusive content and reactions to Japanese music, come support us on Patreon. We'll see you there.